Hello. Hello. I'm just still trying to learn all these new things. Is sorry to if I do something wrong. Um, oh yeah, that's what he said. So I can two sources. We're going to start in 2 minutes, guys. That this is thank you for. I'm still learning all this technology, and what the entropy says that more you know about the something, you're screwing up somewhere else. So that's exactly what happens here. In one more minute, I'm going to start. Just explain to you what is this. Explain a little bit what I'm trying to do. Hello, hi, how are you guys? This is Ramana Anam Raju, Medbricks president. I'm trying to. I have written a book. It's first of all, let me say this is all informal. This technology is new to me. I do my best. Okay, it's not. So don't hold me grudge against me about this. Um, the reason I have written a book called Science is not a subject. Science must be a lifestyle. It came from a long series of my trials and errors. Been working in healthcare industry for a long time as a physician. I was a part of the providing diagnostic services, and then I became a recruiter, and I worked with several doctors all over the country, and the administrative side, all kinds of angles. I did work. One thing I learned is that the physicians can be great. They have an intellect, and they have a discipline. One thing is that I think they need it is exposure to the different disciplines, and I think that is very critical for the innovations. Particularly, you want to solve the problems. Not MB. A lot of people think MBA is going to solve the problem. MBA is basically it gives you how to efficiently work a system or exploit system sometimes, rather giving you innovation, solve the true problems, and sometimes you have to change from the infrastructure to all the way to the from the bottom to the top. So a lot of times they don't do that. These MBAs are all efficient. They want to teach efficiency mostly than giving you some fundamental concepts where you can build the new way of thinking. That's what. So in this book, I introduce you one of the concepts is called is the book is science is not a subject, science must be a lifestyle. Why is that? I when I introduced this, when I was learning physics, I have a master's in physics. I did a master's in, I didn't complete it, but I did a master's in nuclear engineering and computer science. So I have a very good background upon all of them, and I spent years and years in healthcare industry. So it's informal. One more thing I want to say is very informal. 9 o'clock, nobody is going to be official. Just, you can watch in pajamas and then just to be relaxing situation here. Is nothing you're learning and you just are trying to show you a different concepts here. So the science is not a subject. Science must be a lifestyle. Is the idea that I came out is that we need to promote science as not a subject. People get turned off by the when you say let me talk about a Wikipedia from A to Z, and the people get turned off. So I wanted to create an interest in a different angle. I want to bring it, and then different. Then if you like it, then you practice it by wearing clothes or carrying it or showing to other friends or coffee cups. All those lifestyles I want to bring it to the healthcare industry through science. That's one of the goals, definitely. So I'm going to introduce you a concept called entropy. Entropy is a very difficult concept. People, when I was studying physics, the masters and still my classmates could not understand it. Even the professors struggled about, explaining this concept of entropy. But more I understand it, and more I learned about it, it is fascinating. Really, it is a one thing that we must learn, all of us. That's the reason I was trying to just started this aspect of the one of the first subjects I'm introducing to you. Um, the I am you have to bear with me. I'm learning this new thing. It is I don't know, it is a video or it is a I think it is, yeah, maybe it is a video. I trying to present this. 1 second, you have to give me some. So I can't see any comments. I can't do anything, but you can you can show the comments there. This is a video. I think it is a video. I'm not sure, but I do my best. This is 2 of 10. Yeah, maybe I'll take this. Okay, it is. I don't know why it is. Okay, sorry for the struggle. Here, you have to put up with me a little bit. Uh, So entropy is, yeah, why I am having a hard time. This one is, where do I move my slides? I'm looking for it on this. Okay, I found it. No, it's not moving. That is not moving. So I have to get rid of this one. Hmm. Sorry that I'm going to go ahead and do whatever the best I could do. This is entropy is like an emperor without clothes. If you do not understand the entropy, if you want to run a company, or if you are anything important that you want to do a process, you want to create a process, you want to do innovation, You need the entropy understanding, clear understanding of entropy. I tell you why. You will be fascinated by this. Why it is so important. Um, so um, the yeah, I hope is not moving. That I don't know why it is not moving. to I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Move your source. Maybe I'll do this one. Um, okay. I hope I am. I am getting there somewhere. Sorry about this. Bear with me. So entropy is it's like a ghost almost. The reason is the entropy, you don't see it. It is a very the concept is lurks behind everything. It's kind of an evil. It's a ghost, a mean ghost. It The entropy is the the particular part of entropy I'm going to talk about is about information, particularly related to information. Entropy, a lot of definitions are there. There are so many other things they can energy and the information and the money. You can apply anywhere in the entropy, but I'm going to focus on the entropy about the information, and that is related to healthcare. That's what this is the topic about healthcare, entropy related to healthcare. Entropy is a kind of a mean ghost. It stays there behind the scenes. It is a lurking behind the scenes. Its job is to destroy anything that you come up with. Uh, there's a funny, but it's a law of nature. Very strange. It's not just that you have to do something to do bad. The law of nature says that automatically the systems go bad. That is what the information goes into chaos. That's what it says. So entropy is like a ghost. Then it is a it's a, if you don't understand it, it can threaten your job. It can undermine your performance and even life. That is the importance about the entropy. I'll show you why. So if you are, it is a center of innovation. In a center, who should care about it? If you're a physician, you need to um, care about the the if you want to know innovation, you must know entropy, because the information is the key. Information is not only the knowledge, information is the source of all. That's particularly if you are a president of a company, president of a country. Then you have to design economic policies. When economic policies and designing money and the economic policies and money, then you have to know the process of entropy, because I will explain to you how the money works in with the concept of entropy. If you are a hospital CEO, for example, um, you have to know how to give access and equity to people for their members. So that is also challenging sometimes for their members, for their population. All those things is the entropy plays a role. And then if you're a software designer, if you're making a platform or you're doing a UX design, which one is simplicity versus complexity? You have to you have to weigh that one. That's where the entropy come in the picture. Then the I'm going to see what is entropy. That's what the question is. What is entropy? Um, Entropy is, so you have two systems. How much? A simple question you can ask: how much you know, how much you don't know. There is a it's a very simple, trivial question looks like, but it's very there's something behind a very mean one and a powerful one concept behind it. So you have to quantify how much you know and how much you don't know. That's not easy to quantify. So there's a lot of people. Um, Sorry. To quantify unknown and known is a very challenging aspect to it. So what the law of entropy says, if there is two systems, like a known system, you know something about a known system, a known process. For example, you had a plan and then you created a platform, or you created something. That's a known system. And an unknown system, there is a lot of unknown systems. You say sometimes we say that, oh, I know what I know, I don't know what I don't know, as simple as that. But his law of entropy says that's not true. The unknown systems always the encroaching on the known systems. They keep on encroaching on the your known systems. It will threaten your known systems. That's what the law of entropy says. That's a law of nature. That is a part of the second law of thermodynamics. The guy who gave this one is called the Boltzmann. His name is you know is Austrian physicist, Ludwig Boltzmann, his name, and he came up with a brilliant idea, statistical mechanical problem. I don't want to get into physics part of it. I just going to apply how it applies to the healthcare and the information. So what the entropy says, that it is unknown systems eventually encroaching into the known systems. So you have to be careful what are the tools. You need to know exactly what are the things that you can do to create the to less chaos. How do you stop the chaos encroaching you? So uh, there is a mathematical. They created a mathematics for it. I give you an example of that. A simple example of entropy. Um, it is simple but extremely powerful, and there is it is a very tough concept if you extend into a lot of other processes. Um, so if you're drinking a tea, and suppose then somebody brings you a tea, that's a bottom cup, you have tea, then they give you sugar cubes, and then you like sugar in the tea, so you want to put that is a simple system. So so then you try to mix the sugar in the top cup, you're mixing the sugar and mix it. What the law of entropy says, that in the lower cup that you have you already know something, that is that you have two sugar cubes. Let us focus on the sugar cubes here. There are two sugar cubes there. That's a known system that you have a cup of tea and then two sugar cubes. That is a known system. That's a state of low entropy state. That that in compared to other ones, that is a low entropy state. So you go to the when you that is that means you have a known information. You have a known that certain information. You have a certainty there. When you try to mix the sugar, two cubes in the top cup, top teacup, what happens is that it instantly melts away. Then I will ask you, give me my bag, give back. Can you get it back? Two sugar cubes back. You cannot get it. The entropy. The reason is it's melted away. All the molecules are sugar molecules are gone. You cannot get it back. You cannot reverse it. It's the irreversible process. So the complexity goes up. That is, you change a small system, a known system, into a complex system in seconds. That is what the information does when you create a system, when you create a plan. When you are doing something, immediately it can become a process that can be irreversible, that becomes a complete irreversible process or complex systems. So that you keep in mind. So how do you solve that problem? A low entropy state, the cup on the top is a high entropy state. High entropy state means more disorder. You don't have the information, you have no knowledge, you have ignorance went up. Your ignorance test is because you lost the information about the sugar cubes. So your ignorance went up. So so that is our the goal is to we have to fight for it. So to keep the system known, and then how do you bring back the system? You have to. So some of the systems are irreversible processes. So when you create a plan for you create a platform for your company, or a software for your company, it's also called software entropy. I will tell you about a little bit talk about software entropy. But any process you create, that becomes it becomes irreversible process, a complex system. That's a law of nature. Not You don't have to do anything. Even if you sit idle, the known systems becomes unknown, slowly becomes a complex system. That is second law of thermodynamics. So the next one I'm going to show you is the how do you use this information. you know if you know about this is a uh, we can apply this entropy mathematics. See, entropy is not a concept. It's just not a concept. It is a mathematical formula. You can Boltzmann came up with a very serious mathematical background, mathematical structure to it. So you can use these mathematical structures to detect cancer, detect health equity. You can apply in health equity and access. I'll show you two examples. You can apply in so many other places that the entropy can play a role. So, for example, in the axis of in the related to cancer, just so what is a cancer? Cancer is a cellular chaos. It is a progression from stage one to stage four, as you all know. Some of the more physicians here, it's a cellular chaos. So that is what the entropy says. Entropy is order to disorder. You know, it goes the orderly process of the our life is an orderly system. Our molecules, our life itself is an orderly system. We are life we fight, we fight every day, hand to hand combat ourselves to zoom in or zoom out. From our cells to our body, we fight with the second law of thermodynamics, with the law of entropy. I call it the law of entropy as a slang. But we fight hand to hand combat with the with the with the law of entropy. If you say, somebody says that some person is, you check it out, is dead or not. He's cold as a dead. When you touch him, you just feel cold. But it's not cold. It's actually, it reaches the room temperature. Our body's at the higher temperature. We feel that it is cold because we think that body is not. It's an actually it reaches the room temperature. So, but we feel it's cold because our body is at the higher temperature. That's what we create a orderly system, a heat transfer. That heat transfer creates the order. Then our life itself is the orderly system, is a low entropy system. So life is a low entropy. Our cells are low entropy. Our life is low entropy. So we keep on fighting every day this unknown devil, law, the entropy. The higher entropy wants to encroach us. The disorder wants to come and encroach us. So we do that all the times. We need to fight for it. That is the entropy says. The One of the thing is that, the progression is, so order to disorder. It is a progression. You can this the progression is, you can calculate this entropy mathematics. You can use it. You can detect cancer. One such algorithm, the algorithm came from, his name is Shannon Entropy. His name is Claude Shannon. He's from American mathematician. He used to work for the Bell Labs. He created the information entropy. What he says that information, he is the one who designed the information entropy. So he came up with um, the loss. It's a very similar equation to the law of entropy. So they call is a father of information theory. They call him. But um, my unfortunately my the second time I'm going to be really a little bit better, but the all the things are a little bit of messed up here. But anyway, so that entropy say, right, entropy messes you up. So the our cells to our body fights the second law of thermodynamics. So you can one day, one of these, there's, as you know, there is a algorithm, entropy algorithm, can detect cancer from a progression. There's no medical diagnostics. You cannot tell from a purely from medical diagnostic point of view. You cannot say, you cannot predict when that is going to be the stage four, when is going to be stage three. You cannot say that. You can guess it. Actually, entropy mathematics is the one which gives you the progression. So that entropy mathematics is that kind of information entropy was is the came from a very strange source. It is a football. It's not a football in the sense American, not American football. uh, it is a soccer game of soccer. So a lot of enthusiasts, they're fanatics in Europe and some of the parts of the country, rest of the world. They are, as you know, they are very fanatics about the football. So what they did was this football. Uh, it is they wanted to find out who is going to be the winner. They say every 4 years they play for the World Cup. As you know, Brazil and Germany and England, everybody was fighting for the World Cup. That's a big deal. Argentina. So they wanted to know all this. Some of the scientists and mathematicians came up with an algorithm to predict the winner. Who is going to win the World Cup. Um, but I don't know how much they succeeded in finding the winner. But what they that algorithm helped us to find that the entropy algorithm, it is called algorithm, um, World Cup optimization algorithm. It's called World Cup optimization algorithm. It is the it is the name of the algorithm that they use to detect the progression of a cancer. A soccer, can you believe this? A law from a universe, a second law of thermodynamics, is using to detect cancer through a football game. It is amazing how the concepts are related to each other. That's my one of my goals is to bring that kind of concepts to the table. So the next one is that how do you use health equity? This is another one. This is where Shannon entropy comes up very. He is an American mathematician. His name is Claude Shannon. He is from MIT. He retired as MIT professor, but when he was working in 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 um, in Bell Labs, he came up with this information entropy. It's called. So Claude Shannon is a is a American mathematician. Is what what he did was actually came back with a very surprising to you that why English is becoming so popular in around the world. The reason is what he says is the low entropy. The entropy is the reason English is becoming a popular language in the world because it's a the I will explain to you the because of the redundancy, the punctuations, and then it's not the most efficient language, but it is a redundancy, the commas, the punctuations, and the silent letters all create the entropy that they use a terminology a little bit confusing, but the lower entropy creates the entropy is the reason the English language is becoming universally popular. So you can't find in my language is Telugu. If you miss a one word, you cannot read that. You're lost. So one letter, but in English you can miss one letter, still you can say that. But you can comprehend that. But anyway, the how you use the information entropy towards the health professional shortage areas, that is where we can use this law of entropy. This is mostly we are unfortunately in the United States, we're all tied up with, we are mingled with this race war, and then they think it's a black versus white when you talk about the equity. It is a lot more than that actually. um, it is not even a physician patient population ratio. I used to place doctors in rural areas. I can tell you, it depends on the geography of locations. I went to Bradshaw, West Virginia. I tried to place a doctor there. That you have to take water with you there in that place. Um, in some of the remote Appalachian regions, they have these hard to reach places, and then disease burden. For example, a certain population have a more disease burden. The Indians are more prone to diabetes, in fact, and the hypertension. So we have some sects of populations, some ethnic populations have more disease burden, more higher than other people. So, and then on the top of it is economic burden. As you know, we are going through a pandemic, and it is a much more evident. So entropy, this is a complex system. It is not some healthcare. We found so many advances in healthcare delivery, healthcare, in medicines, in the pharmaceutical drugs and the treatment, and the diagnostics. We found really wonders, but healthcare delivery system did not reach that wonder. they most of the significant population of the earth, they don't see the benefits. So that is a sad part. Even though we have all these things, that healthcare delivery system failed us. So I think the so it is not just political. Everybody thinks it's a political process. Maybe some extent is a political, but it's actually logistical complexity. The system became complex system. When you become a complex system, law of entropy shines there. Very You can apply the law of entropy very well there in the shortage in this healthcare delivery systems. Actually, there is a Kermanshah province in Iran. It's a very when Iran found the oil, one district, one province is called Kermanshah province. It is a strange kind of province. It is one side is the hills, one side is a desert, one side is the the rivers, and the other side is the desert and industries. One side of the road is the rice fields, other side of the road is industries. It's a very complex system. Some people are poor, some people are rich, some people are filthy rich, some people are dirt poor. So this complex system, they don't know how to allocate resources for this population. You won't believe a theatrical, there's a religious Ayatollah Khomeini, is not a fan of science, but very strange way. There was something common between this MIT professor and a Bell Labs engineer, and then Ayatollah Khomeini is the entropy. They agreed upon entropy. They deployed the entropy systems, and then they used the existing resources very efficiently to distribute the resources to their population. Um, that is a that is Iran. They use it Greece and Turkey. They use this the Shannon entropy, particularly Shannon entropy. They use it to distribute the healthcare equity and then distribute the resources more efficiently, allocate the resources more efficiently. So so this is my let me see what is it. So these are the two remarkable men. The entropy origins of entropy is the Ludwig Boltzmann. He is Austrian physicist in the 18th century. He lived in the 19th century. He commit, you know, he understood the deeper meaning of entropy. Entropy is, if you ask me what is second law of thermodynamics, is a heat transfer. It looks like very trivial, but the deeper meaning inside is a very philosophical, very spiritual, it's a very complex, in fact. So when he found out that he tried to explain those kind of things to his colleagues and peers, a lot of people did not understand him, did not understand what he's trying to say at that time when he was alive. So he actually, in fact, tragically committed suicide. But uh, that he was now that law of entropy is a is a more you cannot violate law of entropy, second law of thermodynamics. There may be compromising in other laws, but the second law of thermodynamics is the fundamental. Information is a fundamental. That is a is more fundamental than energy itself. Is information is a more fundamental. It, information drives the temperature. Information drives the energy. All of them. Information is the key. Shannon entropy really accelerated that information aspect to it. Claude Shannon, he did that. These two remarkable men, they lived, both of them passed away. Actually, Claude Shannon passed away in 1970s. Um, he, sorry, 2001. He passed away 2001. Sorry about that. But he lived recently until. But these two remarkable men uh, gave one of the powerful mathematics, powerful concepts to the healthcare. I think healthcare community was us. So I created a lifestyle. You can buy coffee mugs and you buy a T-shirt or you buy anything from the our website from these two gentlemen. Um, so I'm going to introduce you. So the other ones I like to bring some. Uh, if you're interested in learning more, I wanted to show you a little bit more integrating aspects of the entropy. But this is the anything that I'm doing after this edition. But visit my website www.medbricks.com, and and you can see everything. I'm not not the best orator of the process, but I like to communicate the concepts that I want to give a tools, a new kind of tools for the medical community and the medical students and healthcare innovators. That's my that's the goal. Thank you for listening. And if you want to stay, that's fine. If you, I'm going to add a little bit more to this concept if you're interested. But I'm going to refine this more and more. I got the wrong PowerPoint. Actually, I have a lot more information. Is much more clear. But I hope I conveyed my message to you guys. You can send me, you can post the questions there in the whenever LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube. You can make those questions. Then I will answer. I will try to answer them. Um, so let me, if I see that, if I can um, I don't know what is so I am trying to make it uh, so there are some other questions I want to show you. Actually, that is the one I'm trying to how these sources work, and that's how do you add oh yeah, here, let me show you a little bit of if you're interested in learning more about it. I have another presentation. It is a more uh, I hope it works. you know, where is the entropy 9? Okay, okay, this is one I think. This is I turn it off. I'm going to turn on this one. So some of the questions, you'll be surprised. A lot of people ask. The people think that as time progresses, so we get older as the time we get it. Everybody gets older. As the time passes, that's what they think. But actually, the law of entropy says something entirely different. It says that the law of entropy says that it is actually the getting older is a kind of a mixing sugar in tea is a reversible process that you're creating. Because we lost the information. The key is, suppose you take two fresh eggs and then you can make an omelette. You can eat it and you can enjoy it, but you cannot get it back. You cannot reverse you cannot get the eggs back from the omelette. The same kind of a system, because the reason is you cannot, you you can, if you have enough information and energy available to you, you can turn it back. Same thing here. If I know every atom in your, every molecule, every cell in your face, where is it located and what is all the information about it, then I can reverse it back and I can put you back actually. you know but that, what it takes, the energy and the information that is required, is a lot more than we can we can afford. Sometimes it may be need more than the energy that is required to create a universe. So it's a very complex system it becomes. So some people, this is a one school of thought, is that it is not the time is the one is creating the aging process. Is a second of thermodynamics, order to disorder. That's what is creating. Actually, the time itself is an illusion. Time actually comes from this irreversible process. The time, the concept is inducted, is induced through the irreversible process. That's what the why we become older. Why? But for example, but the Boltzmann, equation said that is very interesting, right? So what he said is called Boltzmann brains. You could exist in a different kind of a brain structure in the universe. It's called Boltzmann brains. Well, the so by by imagining a universe that is so infinite, all the possible things can exist, can happen there. All the possible arrangements can happen and can exist there. So your brain, all the structure in the brain can reassemble together and create a kind of a brain system when you that when, exactly like your brain in the universe somewhere. You may not have access to it, but it is a brain. That's one of the theories that Boltzmann, second law of thermodynamics, proposes it. In fact, so there is somebody young version of you, when you were in teenagers, a teenage version of you somewhere there, as at least in a very strange format. That's what the Boltzmann brains are. Yeah, I will explain to you next time when I'm explaining a little bit more better PowerPoint I have. But the second one is I explained entropy and that it so the already this I explained all these things. Then I hope I have all of them. No, what is it? Yeah, I'm sorry. So, but anyway, the second one is why environmental environments create. Um, it is very useful, because uh, so think about this strange about the life, a universe, all the molecule, all the atoms and the quarks and all those atoms and all those fundamental particles. So you, as the after the universe was born, after the universe started 13 billion, 13 point, 14 billion years ago, roughly, and then keep coming, and during this process, a, a molecules or atoms get together and became you and me. Basically, that what it is. That's the atoms got to get together and became just like you. That's a statistical process. So all the combinations can happen with all the atoms around there. So you and me are the accidental combinations of that. That's one of the theories of the second law of thermodynamics. So then once we our entropy goes higher, our system, we disintegrate, and after time passing, we also mix with we become become atoms again, and then we 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 melt with the universe. So life is, we are connected with the beginning of the universe to the end of the universe, strangely, as you think, very strange. But the law of entropy says that is a philosophical in that sense. It is a beginning to the life, beginning to the beginning of the universe, to the end of the universe. So why I'm saying end of the universe, law of entropy says that end of the universe is will happen, because that is a chaos is the there is a god in Indian mythology, Indian, not mythology, Indian god. His name is Lord Shiva. He is a hitman for the universe, basically. he was he was employed at the end of the universe. They send him to destroy the universe and then start again the cyclic universe. That's what the what the Lord Shiva's job is, to destroy, do destruction of the universe at the end, and recreate the Vishnu. There's three other gods. They create the universe again with the so there is a in Hindu religion, there is a one, the Lord Shiva is the one hitman. Is the god that destroys the universe at the end. In fact, second law of thermodynamics says that at the end the universe basically disintegrates and all the is gone. All the material, matter, life, everything is gone, as anything. So that time, I don't know what can happen. That's like trillions of years from now. But that is a theory, what it says. The end of the universe will happen. So that's called heat death. Anyway, thank you for joining, and I really appreciate it. It's a very it is my first time. Sorry that there was a lot of technical glitches, and I tried to do my best, and next time I do better. So my goal is to invite the different speakers and engage in the conversation from around the world. Um, all of them have accents probably, so you have to bear with me. Then I want to bring the people from a different parts of the world to particularly the mathematics and physics and chemistry and different kind of a philosophy and art. Um, that how he influences, how they can influence in the how they play a role in the healthcare systems. Thank you for watching. Please visit www.medbricks.com. Thank you.